And welcome. We are Lost Caravan RPG. We do one shots, we do mini campaigns, we scare the heck out of our players, and we do long running campaigns. It's TTRPG, we kinda at least do our dang best to do it all. Today, we have the finale of a game that I have absolutely come to adore for its amazing writing, the love that you can tell that went into creating this.
Thirsty
Um,
sword lesbians.
Locus. Close. If you love horror TTRPGs and you haven't seen any of the rest of our streams on this, absolutely go check them out because this game is fantastic and these players are fantastic. But before we get into too much of that and you get to hear me blather on for the next couple hours, why don't I jump into some. First off, of course, being that the May schedule is out, it's live. We have player lists up, we're setting up games, and getting ready to roll some dice. Because, and did this go out on Twitter, Tessa?
What?
Did the schedule get on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yes. So, if you check our Twitter and or join our Discord at the link down below, you'll not only see the schedule that we post every month, but you'll also see the casting calls where we put the call out for anyone that wants to be on stream, roll dice, and just have a good old fashioned nerdy time. What is today? Today's the 27th. We are
It
we
is.
blew through this month. Wow.
Yeah, we did.
Wow.
How's it gone? Ah,
Um yeah. Yeah, that means that on Saturday we have our regular game of Pathfinder 2E with the Lost Caravan. On Sunday, we have our two games of Lancer. And then following Tuesday, we have another game of Pathfinder 2nd Edition, followed by a test run of Cyberpunk Red. I am super excited for because that game looks absolutely amazing. I love Cyberpunk so much. And then Thursday, we're trying something a little different because we had some time and we just got this Minecraft server up and running. So, just gonna have a Minecraft stream. We're Minecraft streamers now, but who needs tabletop? We're just gonna play Minecraft all day. No, no one. Okay, never mind.
I'm
Tabletop
down
is back
for it.
on, I guess. But after that, we're back to. No, we're not back to our normal. On Saturday, we will have the Lost Caravan game in the morning, but that following Sunday through Wednesday, we'll actually have no streams until further notice, unless something changes. Because personal reasons, life is going on, and it is what it is. But you'll also notice that the tokens we have here, they were made at heroforge.com, a wonderful website where you can go make hyper customized miniature models for whenever we can roll dice in person. Again, whenever the heck that might be. They have modern day clothes and models. They have fantasy, they have sci-fi, they have post-apocalyptic. You can hyper customize clothing, weapons, gear. You can paint them on the website. And if you want to get said cool stuff and support us in the process, they're in chat and do both. Well, heck, and love you for it. Oh
We keep
boy.
saying heck, and I just like the name keeps like going out. I was like, why do we keep calling Heck's name?
I've actually learned to like modulate that. Sometimes it'll be like, "What? What do I need to do?" And the other times like, "Oh no,
So,
they're just talking." All right, cool.
story time, real quick. There's a streamer that I watch, a VTuber streamer, called Clara Slimeford. She's absolutely fantastic, very much PG-13 streamer. So, of course, her language includes a lot of dangs and hecks and all that good stuff. And that, I'm pretty sure, is where I picked it up. So yeah. I think that's it for announcements. Unless Tessa's about to yell at me for something.
Nope.
Cool. We do have a villain point already, thanks to our wonderful mod,
It's a treat.
Eclipse. Yeah. Just here for the finale, so it should be fine. Should be fine. Let me get some music started here. Now I actually know which one to play. And why don't I pass it over to my lovely players? Give you all a chance to introduce yourself, who you're playing, then we'll kick madness off. Starting with James.
Yeah, hi, I'm playing Stefan, the noblest engineer who is so much better than everybody else. He knows it deep down. Yeah, he believes that there's only one actual reality, and the one that he's currently in when the spaceship is a fake one. And thus has agreed to go undergo brain surgery and has left 3 notes, one for each of my companions who are currently dead asleep. And yeah, it's gonna be really interesting to see if I get my brain cut out or not.
A
As the
totally
reality I
normal
believe
thing to
becomes
worry
real.
about.
Yeah, like it's a Wednesday.
Yeah. And down to Tessa.
Hello there. I am Aurelia.
Almost.
Huh? No,
Almost.
wrong. Wrong game. I'm Olivia. I'm not piloting a giant mech. Sorry, my bad. I am an officer who has already seen the dead. Almost had had part of her body sliced open. And then was rescued by the very gallant Connor, and then fell asleep, and that's where she has been facing who knows what nightmares. Yeah.
But I'm sure it was totally very peaceful, relaxing time.
Of course, it was. She's going to wake up, and everything's going to be fine. It's been a nightmare. That's all. That's all. She's gonna wake up. Everything's fine.
Heck yeah. And speaking of heck yeah,
Everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. As per usual this month, I am playing Macy Donahue, the microbiologist who is hashtag not that kind of doctor.
That is now that kind
it's
of
also kind of that kind of
It's
doctor.
kind of that kind of doctor now. We won't get into it. I don't have an MD. That's it. Okay.
PhD,
yeah,
MD, it's all the same.
Yeah, seeing if she's going to be able to prove the presence of some type of fungal growth that she found last episode, and we're just gonna see what happens. Keep on keeping on.
And then down to Dave. You did.
I wondered why I hadn't said anything in the last little bit. Oops. Hey, I'm Dave. I will be playing Connor. He is somewhat of a hothead that can handle all the violent situations, but he's currently on the way to having his organs processed for research, so hopefully he can avoid that. Or
Hopefully. If not, this is going to be a real short session. Speaking of sessions, last week we got to explore the fungal side of things as the party ran into a very interesting looking doctor. Has been shot multiple times now. And instead of healing, his body is simply becoming more mutated, more natural growth is taking over. Very much like Resident Evil Oh god, what is the monster's name? Not Mr. X, one before him.
Mr. T.
Oh, I'll think of it. The big monster from like the original Resident Evil games. I'll think of it.
It's not Mr. X.
No, for that. But his body is very much becoming overgrown with whatever this fungus is. In fact, most of the research lab and the medical bay, which are adjoined, have also been taken over, filled with fungus. We did roll for everyone on their way in. Every single person failed. Nemesis, thank you. But everyone did fail, and whether anyone realized it or not, everyone had disturbed various parts of this growth, which a lot of the more bulbous areas are just as frail as old balloons. Even just passing by it too aggressively would cause it to rupture. I believe that's when half of the party decided to go back for... I don't remember the reason, but I know Macy and Connor decided to go back to the other world, and...
So I was being manipulated in the other
Right.
world, and I had Stefan choke me out so I could get back quick to see where my body was going.
That's...
And also so he wouldn't have to go alone, and on top of Macy wanting to figure out if she could replicate the result of what she found on the other side.
it. And then, of course, just leaving Stefan by himself got the attention of the good doctor and had a very nice conversation where the doctor assured him that everything here was just your state of mind. Whatever world you believed to be true. Believe you deserve this hell? Do. You think there's no way this could be real, and it's the other world is just waiting for you to come back. That's what it is. And he puts the offer out. The way he phrased it was simply cutting all of you free. Of course, Stefan had wanted nothing to do with this, but they talked a little more, and Stefan finally relented, though only for himself. He locked everyone else up in the research lab where Macy was doing what little research you could do with a semi-powered, barely functioning laboratory, finding that this growth seen starting to just creep its way through the entirety of the ship is indeed at least a replica of something they had worked on in the past. So, taking a few moments to write you each a note, stuffing it into your unconscious body's pockets, Stefan stepped out of the room, locked the door behind him, and went off with the good doctor. Feel like the best place that we can start right now is by one. There it goes. Always a guess as to how long it's going to take for it to actually start playing. As Olivia, your state of mind being so manipulated and warped from forcibly being drugged into different realities, or at least that's the way it seems. One of the realities had a full, like 3 foot long shard of metal sticking out of your chest, and they had to do very quick, very risky surgery. The other reality, seeing the face of a woman you know long since to be dead. One that just wanted you to look at her. Because someone should have. Someone needs to. For the first time in what feels like weeks, have actually had some time to recuperate. You're alone. Wake up in the hospital bed. None of your companions around you. See the doctors and nurses passing by every once in a while, giving you a smile and a wave, popping in to see if you need anything. But once you seem stable, they set you free. Return to your room. Really, the ship is yours to roam.
I guess Olivia will kind of wander about. She'll keep an eye out for the others. The last thing she remembered was Connor dragging her off from that. She'll kind of like feel her shoulder. Is there any like cut there?
Oh.
She'll stop one of the nurses. My companions, where did they go?
So sorry, I don't actually know. I believe the gentleman was pulled off for questioning. I believe that's what they said. I think your research assistant, we didn't actually get that information from you all. Macy, I believe her name was. She, I think, went back to her room. For the other one, I'm not sure. I'm sorry, was there something that you needed? Try to find them and give them a message from you?
No, I just it's been a day, right?
Certainly has.
Just wanted to check up on everything. That's all.
Last I heard, everyone was fine. Everyone's surgeries, they went through okay in the end. A little touch and go there, but you all pulled through. If you'd like, you are welcome to be discharged. We would ask that you return the next day or so, just for a checkup. Make sure you're doing all right.
Sounds good. Thank you. So
We have a small stack of, like one size fits all, like post-hospital clothes, just enough to get you presentable to be out and about.
you have Macy's room number on you. I don't quite remember it at the moment.
Sorry, I don't. We could put out the page to hail her if you'd like.
I know she's getting some sleep. That might be the best thing. Okay, thank you.
Of course. Someone will be around here if you need anything else.
Appreciate it. Is the wound that I had beforehand as large as it once was? That might be a weird question. Like, I had a giant piece of metal sticking through me beforehand. Like, does it feel like I did still at some point?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of it has been sealed up. It's been stitched to the best of their abilities. But yeah, there's a massive wound, and not quite the center of your chest, but
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. Um. She'll get to like out of that area to the nearest system that she knows that she can access. She'll just try and locate them by name, see, if the system can find where they're at. Specifically Macy, since they said Macy's the one that's out and about.
Um, After you woke up and went back to your room for a bit, Macy, do you remember that you did much short of getting some rest and then back here?
I think it was mostly that.
Yeah, you would get that Macy went back to her room and the dormitories. Connor is currently listed as unknown. There's no record of where he location of the ship. And Stefan is also located in his room.
Did it say where Macy's room is?
Mhm.
I'll make my way that direction.
Up in the elevator and up to the second floor above you. There's flashes. The bodies and the sights that you've seen in that little LCD screen that shows you the exterior camera view of each floor as the elevator has been traveling. It's fine. Everything is well lit. Nothing looks out of place. Elevator doors would slide open. The hallway that leads kind of into the center of this almost circular floor. From there, there's multiple branching hallways that lead off to different sections of the dormitories. It's a tad bit of a maze, but as long as you know where you're going, it's too lost. On the way to Macy's room, would pass by Stefan's room. And you can actually hear the very faint muffling of a conversation.
Listen into this conversation?
Sorry, what was that?
So can I listen into this conversation?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely Stefan. Seems to be having a very animated conversation with an older gentleman. Discussing reality, surgery, real or may not be real.
If I knock on the door,
And taps on the door a few times. Must be so engrossed in this conversation that neither of them seem to even pause, and maybe they didn't hear you, maybe they're ignoring you.
I'll knock again, louder.
Vaughn would feel a pull as you are lying there on the makeshift surgery table. The doctor, in all his fungal growth goodness, one hand still holding that short sword of a scalpel, the other hand holding a comically large needle. You'd feel some tug, not like, kind of like when you're laying in bed and you're just so tired that it's trying to just pull your eyes closed, and you can fight it a little bit, but you know eventually it's just gonna suck you into unconsciousness. It's kind of like that.
So the feeling I'm gonna have tonight at 4 a.m. Yeah. I'll turn to the good doctor. So, am I like restrained? Like,
No.
is there like restraints on me? Okay. Before we get started, I'd like to make one final deal. Don't worry, I just won't alter your plans at all. I'd just like to be asleep for a while before you get started. Before you inject anything into me and the like.
It's going
I'm
to
quite
take
tired.
me a bit, and I do need to put you unconscious, otherwise I guess I don't have
feel it.
to.
No. Unconscious is a great method, and I think we should stick with it. But I'm just gonna nod off for a little bit and just give me like 45 minutes before you get started poking me with things, please. You seem like a very trustworthy fella.
I could. There's no guarantee that the sedatives are going to remain potent by that time.
What if I go to sleep naturally, right? And then you wait 45 minutes before poking me with any sedatives, and then you can get started on the whole getting me out of this fucked up world.
Then you won't be here, now will you?
I'm sorry, do I need to be here? I figured
Yes,
it'd
if I'm
just
going
be
to
a
cut you
show.
free, you should at least be here for
Do I though?
it. I've done this many, many times.
The fact that there's many is slightly concerning, just a little bit, but okay. I hope that. I'm sorry. I'm gonna nod off. I'm very fucking tired, and I will proceed to go to sleep. And even if he tries to keep me awake, I will figure out one way or another to nod off to try to get to the other side.
As you are slipping into that in-between, which the more that any of you have traveled in between the different versions of this world, the more it feels like a harsh ripping of a band-aid. It gets more and more jarring each and every time. As you are reaching that point of about to be ripped through, hear him lean down so close to your ear that you can feel his face there against yours.
Ill.
Be careful of the maw.
The maw. The fuck's the maw? Oh, I know. I know what Mao, M-A-W, but his accent's weird, so it's the mall.
It's like the band-aid being ripped from a wound, pulled back. You hear a near desperate knocking on your door.
I'm sorry, come in.
If I could have, I would have.
Sorry, let me open that for you. I'll swipe the little keypad thing and what are you doing here?
Awake? Charlie
Yeah, that's
gives
the
a little shrug. She'll like look around the room, kind of like push past him a little bit. Who were you talking to?
What do you mean?
You were talking with someone, and it sounded. I'm assuming it sounded like the man that cut me in half.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounded very much like
The good doctor?
no, the man that sliced me in half.
You get a name for the good doctor. Dr. Moofs.
Yeah, moves the disease thingy.
Mhm.
Are you saying
Well,
moops or moose?
Moofs.
Moose. Okay, neither one of those. Got it.
Which is the name for a disease that was labeled M0056.
yeah, I was speaking with Dr. Moose on the other side. I'm apparently about to undergo brain surgery.
No, you were apparently talking to yourself.
Was it anything entertaining, at least?
You were. She like kind of looks around and we're talking about reality and all of that stuff. Why were you with him? He tried to kill me.
Oh, because you said I could get out of whatever reality the other one is. And since I clearly don't belong there, I belong here, he was going to assist me in making sure I permanently stay here instead of going back into whatever dream nightmare state you all deserve to be in. Apparently. My character's not brash, is he?
Because you most definitely wound up on that tiny little ship in the middle of nowhere on your good deeds alone, I'm sure. Anyways, you were talking to yourself, if that helps anything.
It does mean when we're on one side, we still interact with the other. This is interesting. So that means somebody's, even when we're unconscious, can hear what we're doing, like what we're saying and everything. That explains so much.
There have been times where you have felt sensations, heard sounds coming from in between,
So the minds are linked.
but there is a common denominating factor to those situations.
We're on one side or the other. Interesting. So, basically, just a bit of brain surgery, nothing important really, and I'll be back over here permanently, full time. And then,
Let me
hopefully,
just-
you all make it here too.
The first time we saw him, she tries to just lower her voice like real low. The first time we saw him, he was dragging invisible bodies and trying
So that's
to take
the
Macy
interesting
and
part.
murder her. And then he took my unconscious body and attempted to murder me. And now you're just going to let him murder you.
Well, here's the thing though. If I die in that reality, I just become permanently asleep, which means I stay within this reality, the correct one, not whatever twisted, demented nightmare that is the actual living hell that we had just arrived from.
Or if
I
you
see nothing but an absolute win.
Or if you die there, you go absolutely crazy here, as so many other people have done.
You might be having a point here.
You know where Connor's at, though. He did save me on the other side. The ship can't find him.
I believe he's under for questioning.
And why haven't you gotten him out? You don't
I
throw
figured
around
it
all
was
that
just-
weight that you keep talking about?
Because I figured it was just questioning. I mean, I could pull rank to start seeing where he is if I really wanted to, but think about it. He's a low life. It doesn't
I'm gonna
matter.
slap him.
Aha!
Just a loud.
Ow! That hurt.
The only low life in this group right now is you. And I'm returning to find Macy. You want to do something good with your life before you get your brain ripped out? Get Connor free. You're worthless.
At least I don't go around murdering people. Now get the fuck out of my chambers.
She's gone. She's already.
I did forget this, but would you all please draw a card for the start of the session?
Oh.
It is also top of the hour, so do you want
Fuck you.
Oh, we're doing two.
2 cards.
Aunt.
Alright, wait, yes.
Oh, no. Let's wait.
Neutral.
Oh, haunt.
Neutral. Nothing good. Nothing good. In
I
all
have
of
burned
that.
through a good chunk of my hearts already. I'm so glad just to see neutral cards.
And your virtues.
Oh yeah, I burned through both. It's gonna be genuinely interesting picking up decks.
So, Stefan, how many cards you got?
Good question. I believe 13. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, did I have to do math right? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You know, I feel like that number should be higher.
I see.
I'll have to recount. Ah, wait, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It's 13.
Connor?
The luckiest
gotta-
number.
14.
That puts us at 37. Olivia?
Oh, we're definitely over now.
10.
47.
I can draw 3 more. Let's get us to a nice even 50.
No.
Okay. I will actually give you all the opportunity. You are very aware of what's happening in your mind. To a point. You may not know exactly what's going on, but you're definitely honing in on the truth. And that brings a clarity that really nothing else would. So, I will give you the option. You can discard a neutral card, but you get to add a tally mark.
Nope. Alright, that was,
Scared of the tallies. I don't know what they mean.
I'm already at 4. I don't think we need to really push this to a higher number.
I see you contemplating.
Yeah.
You
know
have
what?
14, dude. It might not be the worst idea.
It's the last session anyway. I'll take a
What if
tally.
it's actually a good thing and we're just passing it out? Oh no.
Don't say that now. I'm thinking
Well-
about doing it.
Well, I did. That puts me at 4.
Olivia?
Alright, I'm an agent of chaos, so I'll discard 1. I'm gonna go to 5.
Okay.
I need to know what happens. I've been tempted.
Yeah, this is just for research purposes.
It's,
Oh,
it's a
don't
finale.
say
What
that.
am I gonna do? Die?
Oh, but for science.
Oh,
not that kind of
I still
person.
have the lowest amount. It's fine. It's fine. I'll take one for science.
Olivia?
I only have 8 cards. I don't even know how many tally marks I have.
Did you have any? I don't know if you racked up
I think,
any.
I think I got at least 1.
You have 2.
I have 2.
Look at Hoop with the notes.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
That is a combined of 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. And how many do you have, Macy?
4 now.
Total of 16. Okay. But with that clarity, also a bit of acceptance that at least some of what you've been seeing has to be real in some fashion, whether it's real, a real train of thought, a real manifestation that your mind created. Maybe part of you believes that those monsters are actually real. Whatever it might be, it's the smallest bit of acceptance. With that, jump over Connor.
You got this, buddy.
Currently strapped down, being hauled off. Hear very faint sounds of medical equipment as you're approaching the end of the hallway. Start to smell that sterilizing agent that any of the surgery staff uses to make sure that everything's clean, no infections. You even see the very stark white lights. A surgery room pushed through a set of double doors.
Alright, I'm looking around seeing if I can figure out where they're taking me to. Is it going to be like a room, or am I going straight into the operating?
The entire wing here, which looks like it may have been a warehouse or a stockroom, something has been repurposed. See signs labeled quarantine almost everywhere. Pass by other journeys much like yours, where the patients unfortunately weren't as lucky. Their monitors lie silent. Finally whipped around, pushed into just this little side room. Hear voices talking about preparing for surgery, ready for organ transplant.
Well, I'll wake back up. Alright, so like, who's in charge here? Whose orders is this on? I deserve to know that much. Come on.
Make a repulsion check. Medium.
Medium? Nope, but I got willpower.
5 whole will, well, 4 willpower now.
Yeah. And I make it.
One of the surgeons, kind of bringing their conversation to a close, would look down at you, upside down. They just kind of wheeled you in, and from up above, they would just look down. Captain of this ship does what he can to keep everyone safe. Understand?
Yeah, I understand. Can you let said captain know that I actually know the secret to this and can save everyone? So you can choose which option we take.
Be sure to pass that along.
this isn't kind of a pass along thing. I'd like to have it, passed on before I do.
Well, then you figure out a way to get that message there. Oh, in the next minute or so.
Is is that your final decision?
You would just smile and step away from your gurney.
Well, I will do what Connor does and break a hand free and try to grab him with it.
Go for it.
With my breaking resistance expertise, or restraints, not resistance.
Make a frailty check at medium difficulty.
Easy.
But it would have been hard, but your expertise. Right. Never mind. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just saying,
it was
they're all-
easy to do. Gotcha.
Yeah.
It's such a rapid, easy movement that it might even startle you a little bit. Like, these are leather straps with, chains attached, keeping you to the bed. But you still just reach out, grab onto the arm, and it would just be a moment of staring at you, confusion, eyes wide, and just stunned silence.
Do you want to take option B now?
Guards! Guards! Someone! Anyone! Please! See the other surgeons in the room, or the surgeon assistant, would all just start stepping back.
Alright. So I still have 3 restraints on me, but one hand on his arm. I'll do what I think he would do, as gross as it's going to be. I'm going to pull him down onto me and bite him on his neck.
Oh, we going Hannibal
Vampire.
Lecter. All right.
Okay. You can't fail your frailty, but he certainly can.
Well, I could technically roll ones.
Yeah, go for it. Beat 1 success.
I did.
It would, not to get into too much detail for those that might not appreciate an overly drawn out scene, but it would be the sinking of teeth, a warm spray, and an absolute just frantic screaming of pain and fear. The others start now instead of just slowly backing away, you can hear scrambling towards the doors, which one of the doors would open. Scrambling and frantic yelling would stop for all except for the doctor. It's very slowly bleeding to death there next to you. Landed and then just slid to the ground. You hear a familiar voice. Relax. Stay calm. All be over soon. Gentlemen, that you have shot a good 3 or 4 times now. So, perfectly healthy, perfectly clean, a light gray hair just slicked back with just way too much hair wax. Older, much more clean and put together than I've seen him. He would step down at you. Oh, persistent, aren't you?
And while talking to him, I'm going to start removing the restraints. Well, you certainly look better on this side than you do on the other one.
Thank you. And yes, get these off of him. Not an animal. Other individuals in the room would very carefully approach your gurney, trying to get your feet undone quickly, and then just absolutely stumbling away.
Hey, don't worry, I gave him a choice. He just made the wrong one.
That's what it's about, isn't it? Choice. We all have one. Some more important than others, some more permanent than others. I think you would agree. Your companions, I dare not call them friends, or co-workers, however you see them. They're
I think
also
friends.
going to be making choices very soon. One of them has made their choice. I'm here to offer to you as well.
Well, I'm going to choose the option where I don't have my organs donated to science. At least not yet.
Could have saved many lives.
I still can.
I suppose. But are they real lives? Or did you just make them up?
They're real enough to me. Unless you can prove otherwise.
Did you just make up a problem that you know you could solve? Simply call in big names that you know? It's all of these special talents you have. Solve a problem otherwise seemed unsolvable.
Is that problem my current situation or is that problem you?
Tell me.
And I'm looking, does he have any type of identification? Is like his name on this side moves
Mhm.
or? So you really are Dr. Moose.
That's what my name tag says.
You're aware of the connection to that, right?
Acutely.
See, I don't really get all of this. I've got people that know what's going on there, but not me. And I'd like to reunite with them, see if we can, find this chemical compound on the ship and like take it off of here so all this ends.
Yes.
And then if I have to claim self-defense again, I will. But I'll face my charges. It worked the last time.
But your mind is made up. Would offer you my assistance as I did your companions, but you won't take it.
What assistance are you offering? You're probably right, but
Assistance to set you free. Let you choose where you want to be.
I choose a world where there's not a choice.
See, unfortunately, that world doesn't exist. Or a walking choice.
Once we clear out all of your spores from this ship, maybe there won't be another world.
Then what? Then you get to be the hero, right? Redemption.
I'm no hero. But I think you know that already. If anything, I'm a survivor, but
Wouldn't be here if you were a hero. So I offer it to you one last time because I feel that you deserve it. You've been through enough. Give me the opportunity to help you make that choice. One way or another, I will set you free.
I want to see all of my friends, and yes, they are friends. Even Stefan.
If you say so. He'll step back, turn towards the others in the room. They'll just stand there, grab a mop, clean this up. Get the body to the airlock.
Clean up aisle 6. And I'm
Should
gonna walk-
also clean up this. You look like a walking viscera pile.
And Connor will take note and just take his shirt up over his face and wipe off as best as he can, probably missing a few spots, but
Remember, I offered. Free to leave.
then I will walk out. And then once I get into the ship proper, I will probably try to stick to shadows and back pathways because I'm probably wanted now.
A little
And
bit.
I'd like to not interact with security if at all possible.
Yeah. Well, that will bring us over to woke up
Okay.
or in your room, devising a plan on what to do next.
Yeah, I mean, she would probably start trying to head over to Olivia or Stefan, whoever is closer, and try to gather them, whoever's awake at this point or whoever's not awake, figuring that out, reconvening, trying to get to a lab of some sort, and just seeing what she can test out of. Honestly, like anyone in the group, because like we kind of know that we probably have samples of these spores living inside us at this point.
Yeah. I mean, even just stepping out of your room and heading towards the main corridor would hear a heated conversation and then a loud slap. And then see Olivia storming off down the hall towards you.
Yeah, I feel like Mason was probably like hurriedly walking, like wasn't expecting Olivia to like walk out that fast and just kind of run into each other. It's like, oh my god, you're okay. You're okay. It's so good to see you. But we gotta go. She gives her kind of like a little like side hug. Just as kind of like looks into the room, sees Stefan. It's like, you're awake too. We gotta go. First of all, Connor's awake somewhere. We gotta run some tests as soon as we can.
Why would we need to run tests?
Because I found what was going on with the microbe that's responsible for this, likely, at least.
What are you implying here?
That whatever effect that microbe has on us is what's causing this shift from one place to the other. I don't entirely understand it, but it's the only difference.
So your hypothesis is that the microbes not only exist in the other universe, where they're clearly much more visible, but also in this one?
They could. That's what we're gonna test. Because we know at this point we're, some of the ones that are infected by this. Otherwise, we wouldn't be quarantined. We won't be showing symptoms. It's worth a shot.
You plan on
As much as
testing
I'd
them?
love... Sorry, go ahead.
how do you even plan on testing it?
Well, mostly by taking samples, just swabs of different kinds, different areas. I've still got some wounds left. Possibly something respiratory, just kind of trying to cover all the bases and then plate those babies and incubate them.
So, funny story here. I kind of wish I knew about this before. I'm currently in the other side with the good doctor, Dr. Mose. And, should probably head back now that I know that this reality is also compromised. Which means I should probably destroy some stuff while I'm on the other side. Anyways, shit. Feel free to do whatever with my unconscious body. Just don't do weird stuff with it. Just take samples and whatever you need.
Are you
I could
sure
have-
you're going to be fine alone?
I believe so. Hold on. I got an idea. You a standard lab for you, right?
Hmm?
I hit the call nurse button. I will call somebody. I will pull rank because that is my skill.
Could hear a voice coming from the terminal. Yes, can I help you?
Great. I would love a lab for my companion Maxie here, and I'd also like a wheelchair for me to move about the ship, please.
Of course, there's multiple floors open.
Then I'd like a wheelchair, please.
All right, hang on just a moment. Line would
Yeah, nobility is great.
Line would go dead, and it would take, good, 5 or so minutes. Or you'd see one of the nurses from the floor down below you, exiting the elevator, and holding a wheelchair, looking around, and then, of course, seeing all of you over.
You can leave it there. Thank you so much.
Of
Nurse,
course.
whatever your name is.
Clearly very exhausted, she would just swallow whatever words she may have been about to say, and then just turn back off towards the elevator.
All right, so this is what I need need to happen, Macy Olivia. I'm gonna go over to the other side. Go deal with Dr. Moose, and the reason why I brought the wheelchair here is so you guys can move my body around without having to physically drag me everywhere, because I feel like that would just be very uncomfortable for both of you. I believe Connor should be in his.
No, Connor has been taken away and cannot be found, which is what I told you earlier. Which is
Yeah, he's for questioning. I thought they just wanted to see all of our perspectives. We weren't all gonna get questioned.
no.
We're physically moving him, which is what's the concerning part.
No, I could find both of you on the ship map just fine. Connor is gone.
Oh, that's what you meant.
Yeah, when I said I could not find Connor, I meant
I
could
thought
not
you meant
find Connor.
literally as in like you could not like see him. Like as in oh, I can't find my pen. I can't find my brother. I forgot where my screwdriver was and it turned out to be inside of a reactor. Either one of those things could be true. I
Well, in
thought
any
that's what you
case-
meant. Not literally he could find his life sign.
In any case, semantics aside, we have to go.
Okay, yes,
we
I'm
don't know what's
gonna-
happening.
I'm gonna hop into the wheelchair.
Makes
I
you
need
break
you to
apart.
punch me to sleep.
Ooh, I volunteer as tribute.
No, I'll let you do that.
Is there a really big bunk
Nothing.
nearby?
Sure.
In my room? Yeah, there's all over.
Yeah, I want
There's
to grab
heavy equipment
like
and everything.
the biggest book I can
Violence.
find. I just want to like hit him on the top of the head.
Please don't hit me hard enough that I get a death store point. That is my only request.
Make a frailty check. Medium.
Me?
Livia.
Okay.
Bonk.
Bonk. I still stay awake. I pops right out.
My decks are stuck. Come on.
I've seen The Walking Dead. I know what happens here if you get hit in the head.
Oh my god,
Find
guys.
you on the other side.
My dice are arguing with me and they won't tell.
Is violence the answer for so many of our problems?
I feel like it should be. Like, in a realistic sense, if this was to happen in real life, I think most
Oh,
people would choose
no.
violence.
A 1, a 1, and a 6. I
So
think
that
that's
passes, right?
That's
The
one
you
success.
want to get underneath all of the numbers.
and frailty is a 3.
Okay. So that was one success. I think I said medium. I'm sorry. I just need to know your number of successes.
1, I guess, right? Do you want
Stefan,
to get under or over?
I need you to roll a frailty check, and I need you to get less successes than Olivia.
It's good because my frailty is absolute garbage.
So 0 successes.
Challenge accepted. I rolled 2 6s. I would like to spend a will.
Yeah,
thing
can
to
you
roll
spend
that.
willpower to
Absolutely.
fail? Oh my god.
So
There's
now
the
I'm
first.
at 7.
You start
Come
at
on,
5.
roll. Oh, I got a virtue though, so that
Oh.
would give me +3. Now I fail. I got 0 successes as my frailty is 3, and I got a 2, a 2, and a 1. So that means I'm about to be out like a light.
You can add 1 point to your death store tracker.
I said not to do that. Not hard enough that
Well.
this happened. I've had so many points now.
Thankfully, it
1,
wasn't
2,
3.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points. It's a miracle I'm gonna live to see the end of the session.
But there's a ringing and then a full of unconsciousness, which is more of a gentle floating. Of something wrapping around your waist, pulling you in inky blackness, limbs just barely scraping against rows of teeth. Pulls you deeper, deeper. What little light may have been left, fading, light from the surface of a pitch black ocean. What to do?
Can I see what's like pulling on me?
There's
Like,
blackness.
it's
It is
nothing?
nothing but blackness.
Hello? Where am I? What's... Anyone out there? I can't see. Oh god, I can't see.
Well, floating, nothing. That grip around your waist tightens. It's like a noose around you. Teeth start to close just a little further. You can feel it very slightly cutting against your face, anywhere that it can reach, against your back. Now,
Stop that.
maybe 6 to 8 inches of room in between the top rows of teeth and the bottom rows.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it! Ow! Can I fight back against it? Like, can I start like
Absolutely.
pushing against the maw?
Absolutely.
What check would this be?
If you're just physically just trying to push it open,
Mm-hmm.
go to medium frailty.
Hey, I succeed. 661.
Manage to get your knees and elbows up into a position where it's scraping against the top, against the roof of this thing's mouth, but it's at least keeping it from closing further on you. Hear sounds of cries, pain, horror. All of them screaming at you to let go.
I think he's gonna continue to keep fighting it. But if the pressure ends up being too much, just letting it like fall on him essentially.
There's not a light, but almost a lightening of your vision, where maybe it's your eyes starting to adjust to what's around you. That tugging, as incessant as it is, starts to feel more familiar. The scraping along your back, your legs, even as you're fighting against it, feels more. Sound of metal still raining down from around you. Explosion just now starting to that echoing boom now finally fading. The individual has you by the waist that is just trying to pull you out of the room, out to safety. See, even as they look down to say something to you, there is a secondary rupture that just shakes everything, the ground from under you. Then it's just black again.
It's not my fault. Why are you punishing me? It wasn't my fault. I didn't do anything wrong.
It's Dr. Moofs. Still far too close to your. Of course you didn't. That's why you belong other side, right?
No. Oh, get away from me.
I'm sorry. Have you changed your mind?
Can I only hear his voice? Like, am I still in the darkness?
It's a very slow process of your eyes being very blurry and having to blink till they finally start clear.
What's the... What was that? The teeth in the maw.
Like I said, I have nothing to do with what is hunting you. You brought that.
What is hunting us?
You.
I'm hunting myself.
Part of you that belongs here. Part of you that belongs there. The more you become aware of each other, the more it's going to be a struggle for who gets to live.
At this point, am I like fully back to the other side? Is it at all possible to like sit up,
Yeah, you're not
like
restrained.
stand? All right, I was just making sure he didn't do anything
Nope.
funky. I need. So why can only one of us exist at this time? Why can't one of us exist in either reality?
You should ask yourself that.
How
Why do
can
you
I talk to
deny each
myself?
other's existence so fervently?
If I was to meet myself, how would I go about doing it?
Suppose you would have to find what's the bottom of that hallway.
I'm gonna slowly like start inching towards the door, like looking as I'm like trying to contemplate all of this.
Yeah, he's not gonna stop you.
I open the door. I need a minute. I'll be back in a second.
So stubborn, all of you. Tried to help, did.
Yeah, then I close the door and lock it. And immediately take back off to the med bay.
It's not a far jog. You're basically across the room here. The two halves are conjoined on the same floor. But you're racing your way back there.
Mm-hmm.
You take a small detour back up to the cargo bay. Back up to Olivia. From where you're standing, following your companions, following Macy anyways, pushing Stefan along in a wheelchair, head now a pretty good-sized bruised, near the temple. Hear familiar voice. Don't do anything to harm yourself. Don't mean to startle you. But it would appear that you are running out of time. Now, I have made this offer to your companion, and I make it to you now. I can help you. I can free you from the torment of being pulled back and forth. This world full of nightmares. All you have to do is let me. Of course, Olivia, there is no one around you. The only person who could possibly be close enough to be saying this would be Macy, who's very clearly not.
Kind of like almost like she's coughing. She'll try to like cover her mouth a little bit, and she'll just like whisper back. And where will I go?
Where do you believe you belong?
If I set reality, would that make any difference?
Not to me. I'm asking out of curiosity. I'm not the one who makes that decision. You are.
I have a feeling I don't, but I want to search my pockets. Do I have the name tag?
No. It would be quick and painless. And you would be free to choose. Finally.
I don't ever want to sound like him. If she like shakes the wheelchair a little bit. But I don't know that I can choose what I deserve. Because I'm afraid of it. I'm afraid of that answer.
Sounds like you've already decided then. Fear is a powerful motivator.
I can't leave them to just ramble about. Connor saved me and I don't know where he's at.
Then rescue your companion. The moment you feel they are safe, I will be here, ready to set you free.
Can someone else make the decision of where to go?
Unfortunately, no. No one can deem your reality but you.
What about her? You brought her back. I saw her.
I did
I should-
nothing.
What? I don't even know what the fuck you are.
I'm no one.
Yeah, get out of my head.
Whatever you've seen, whatever horrors haunt you, you created, not me. I have tried to help. Extended the olive branch of peace. You have all thrown it back in my face.
If
And
not,
that... Go ahead.
you left me an offer. I will get Connor, and then I will make my decision. Is that okay?
Don't wait too long.
Well, if you told me who Connor is, I'd be a lot quicker, but okay.
But
Straight.
to Macy, probably just sounds like muttering, I would imagine.
Probably. I'm assuming at one point she probably like gets a little too like the finger comes up. Macy turns around, she's just like pointing a finger at her. Like
Macy just kind of looks like in the direction of like where Olivia's looking. Don't have time. We're just going.
as we're walking though, after I'm assuming the voice stops, goes
Oh, yeah.
away, melds into non-existence. Olivia would just kind of slow the wheelchair a little bit. Macy,
Yeah, what's up?
what did you do?
Oh, that's right. You were on this side when we kind of sat down and had this conversation. At this point, I'm an open book to all of you. I am responsible for the death of my supervisor in the lab. Solely me. And more or less on purpose.
How?
Well, there was a pretty good opportunity in the clean room. Doing some tests alone in there, and takes one little pinprick in a hazmat suit to cause pretty big damage.
One death, and this is how much you beat yourself up over?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Said just one death, and this is how much you beat yourself up, huh?
Yes. And no, maybe. I'm kind of in the process. I'm in a weird transitional process, I guess, of reconciling that. The only thing I can do now, I can't bring him back. Everybody in that lab pushed me to a point that I just broke. Now I'm putting myself back together, and now I'm trying to put the other things back together that I left in that wake. And I can't really do that if I'm continuing to just try to survive in the fucking hell world that's on the other side of this.
And let them all die. The whole, the whole station.
We have to try, right?
And it's gone. It doesn't exist anymore. I don't deserve. I'll help you. We'll find Connor.
We'll find Connor and we'll all make this decision together, okay? You don't have to go through this alone.
If I could take this with me, it'll be worth it. She just continues to push the wheelchair forward.
Hey.
Jumping over to individual who coated in a flavor of blood, just making his way across the ship, sticking to hopefully less populated pathways, trying to avoid detection as much as possible. What are you doing, Connor?
I guess first of all, do I have any type of? I'm assuming that before they took me, they stripped all my possessions, right? I'm trying to reunite with the rest of the crew. So I guess if I find a computer that is isolated enough that I can hop onto without anyone noticing me, try to find where their quarters are, something of that nature, and then making my way. I assume to where Macy should be at that way, because I don't know if Olivia's awake, and I don't know how Stefan feels about me. So I've got a pretty good idea. Actually, I think he's still in the other world anyway. So yeah, I would be trying to get a hold of Macy.
Pull up what you can on the terminal for security cameras, looking for access logs, that kind of tracks someone's progress throughout the ship. You see that she left the medical bay a while ago now. Went back to her room. Has been there for quite a bit.
So while here, I'll take note of the best way to get there from here, given my current situation, and make my way to her room.
Or skulking down the more abandoned pathways, trying to avoid as much notice. Very faintest of sounds. Pass by doors and, the kind of T-junctions to other hallways where you have to stop, wait for voices to fade off. Some voices that just don't fade. Well, nothing seems to be connected to. Voices telling you together, 4 of you are going to get each other killed. None of you are going to have the strength to free you all. Going to talk each other out of it. Going to make sure no one make the right decision. End of the day, only one that's going to get any of you killed is you.
And I'm trying to push it back, ignore it, self-talking with myself that I can make the right decision. I just have to make sure they're okay first.
While the entirety of the rest of this conversation has been talking at you, not conversing with you so much, just telling you what's going to happen. As you say that, voices would die off, except for one, which finally does seem to be responding to you, saying, "Are you sure?"
Yes. Now get the fuck out of my head.
Been here before. That temper.
That's going to be the only thing that pulls us out of this.
It won't.
And who are you that knows me so well?
Think. I am the one that helped you stand, always. I was there when you killed those men. I've been there for everything you've done. Without me, you're lonely, broken, afraid.
The only one that's been there, had my back this entire time is Alan, and you are not him.
No, we aren't. We're worse. We're a coward. Always have been.
Maybe you don't know me as well as you think you do.
See,
I can't wait to see you in the flesh, or whatever it is you're made out of. I assume that will be on the other side, won't it? Here, you're just a voice, a sound.
Do what's needed. We'll see.
At this point, I'm going to try to pick up my pace. And to Connor, he said everything that the voice needs to hear, so he's going to go back to trying to ignore if it doesn't fade. And
Okay. So you're headed back to the dormitories. Back where you belong. Well, the rest of you, where are you headed?
Going back to the lab again.
Back to the personal research space where you can samples, where you run whatever tests you need to run. Two of you would find a very secluded place. Take samples of blood, of saliva, whatever it is. Although, pretty sure what you're going to find. Sample after sample. You run. All that's left is to wait for results. You're sitting there, alone, quiet. Awful in between of knowing that you're going to have to face something, and coming from having just what feels like nearly escaped death, that in between of just waiting. Like to do.
Kind of weird and random question. Or oh wait, no. We would know if Moby survived the crash or not. I don't think he did. On this side at least.
Probably would have checked on him like the first time you were up, and unfortunately Moby didn't.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Big sad. Yeah, I mean, I don't think she'd be doing too much. Just anxiously waiting.
With that, we'll move over to Stefan. Would ironically be feet from two of your companions, yet unable to talk to them, shout to them, or less than 10 feet away, but miles apart. As where the two of you are waiting for test results, Stefan, you would step into the room. Nothing but cold, dark silence.
Hello? Can anyone hear me? Please, anyone. Can I just start walking around, seeing if I can get any response out of anyone?
Pass by Connor's body, by Macy's body. you didn't know better, would think that they might be dead. You're very faint scratching. The hand just trailing along that plexiglass. Slowly stepping across the view towards the door. They're not here. No, they're not. Why do you run?
Shut up. Okay. He said that there's two of us. Can I make this place as dark as possible? Just like even darker than where it is now.
Yeah, you could cover like that emergency red glow. It would basically just leave it pitch.
Okay.
Hoping achieve with.
Shut up.
We
Okay,
don't
then there's
know,
another
do
one of.
you?
Shut up. Come on with me. Let's talk. You want the body? You want in?
Would be wet, scraping, almost like metal on metal, or organic sounding than the slapping of something rolling out against the floor.
Hmm.
Yes. Say my name?
Tess?
Yes.
What?
Literally
No,
just-
sorry, I made a sound of revulsion. My bad.
Oh
I
my
thought it
god.
was hoop, like
Hoop
stop
literally
enough.
appears
No,
in the
I was
game.
like,
Stop dragging your head all across glass. That's weird, dude.
I'm so sorry.
Its mouth, just almost the entirety of this creature, it would opens enough to let hot, acrid air just fill the.
Come on.
Guilty.
Well, hello there. Guilty of what?
From the darkness, your eyes have done their best to try to adjust. Very soft red glow, thankfully not killing your night vision, not entirely. And it's like one of the walls has just split in half and open. The air gets hotter, more acidic. Like,
This is what it's about.
as if you were watching one massive flat screen TV. The interior of this thing's maw glow faintly. Be flashes of red, silver, gold, and red. or anything clear. And it's a memory, probably yours, of hearing the aftermath as you're lying there. Wounds tended to say you're fine. Say that you can write this off as an accident. But what do we do with the kid? Come away. Disappear. What are you talking about? That's my son. No. Unless you want to go down too, he needs to disappear. No, I can pay you whatever you want. Look, he was never here, alright? And it would just be this long silence between. Know that there's no amount you can give me to make up for that. All these people are dead. Blame's gotta go somewhere. It's you or him. Long pause. Him. Fine, take him. I don't want to know where he goes. Just make it disappear.
Ditched me. You say I'm guilty. How's that my fault that the reactor blew up? I didn't know that it would do that. Sure, I ignored one or two safety measures, but like, even one or two shouldn't have caused that. If my crime is surviving it, then yes, I am guilty of it. But I can't. It's just not my fault.
The mouth now fully open. The entirety of the 15-foot wide wall, just an open mass of teeth, dripping saliva, and a wide, roiling tongue. Not reaching out to you in any sort of malice. Almost rolling out to you, welcoming.
What's on the other side?
Acceptance.
Okay. I step onto the tongue and walk into the maw of the beast.
You'd hear wet footsteps walking alongside. What's left of the white lab coat, barely visible under the mass of growth that's over. Do you know what's waiting for you?
I don't. But at this point, it's a risk I'm willing to take if it means my friends are safe.
What happened? It's an unfortunate act. Part of you knows that. Part of you knows could have stopped it.
I could have.
Good. Then walk. See what's at the end. And know that I tried to help you.
I just continue walking.
We did hit the top of the hour, so everyone can draw another card. Which thankfully
Neutral.
will not make us hit 50.
Hold on. I told you all I'd be pulling all these haunts today.
I think I've burned through all of my haunts. No, there are 4 cards in my entire deck that have been pulled yet that are haunts. So out of this stack, I am bound to come across one.
With that, whether it's fleeing through dark tunnels, whether it's willfully walking into the maw of the beast, or patiently sitting and waiting for results, 4 of you are sprinting towards something. And whatever that may be, we'll have to find out after the break.
No.
We're gonna take just a few quick minutes to grab a drink, stretch your legs, do what we gotta do, and we'll be right back. And welcome back. Where we last left our heroes, our party members. Stefan, being unconscious, was marching into the literal maw, claiming was both guilt and acceptance. Connor raced down dark corridor, or dark hallway, all alone, being chased by voices claiming to be someone who's not only been there all of the hard choices, but seems to take responsibility for it. Macy, Olivia, 2 of you sit, quiet, empty laboratory. Hear the hum of the printer come to life. Starts ejecting out line after line of test results. Like, music back off. See, while it is very similar to you were expecting, that you all have traces of something in you, something that looks very similar, M056. It's different. It's been altered. It's been toyed with. Like walking into an art gallery, seeing a piece that you submitted, seeing what could be your life's work on display, but someone just took a brush and just ran over it again and again, and then slapped their own name on it. Definitely your work there.
Well, that's it. Kind of. Someone's been toying with this. Genome doesn't quite match up, but it has quite a bit of the same sequences. See, like here and there, and she'll just be like pointing out between a couple of the highlighted sequences that it found about this microbe. Couple of bases are switched around here and there, but they do the same thing.
So what does it mean?
It means we were right. This microbe, whatever is causing this and causing us to go between these two sides, it's pretty much on both sides, functionally at least. Now, the next step would be figuring out how to eradicate it and treat it. We gotta talk to the actual medical doctors. I don't know what exactly would be a cure to this, but they probably do.
So you think that this is all caused by some, like,
Well, not
that
just a
are...
little,
Sorry, go ahead.
not just a little microbe by itself. Someone's playing God here, and I don't like that.
What if this is... That sounds so stupid. What if this is literally just all beyond us, and it's just our brains doing whatever brains do while they die, and we just get to choose. We get to choose where we go.
I mean, well, first of all, there's no stupid statements or questions. Not when, there are so many unknowns here still. This is just the surface. If it really does come to that, I guess it all just comes down to the choice, doesn't it?
Still have to find Connor. This unconscious didn't help with that at all. Refused to, as a matter of fact.
Let's go do that.
You still have the unconscious Stefan all around the wheel. Two of you go next.
the last time we really even thought of Connor being somewhere was around quarantine, and I know where that is at least. So I think probably heading in that direction would be the most logical.
What if could we just make a call over the comms and just have him come to us? Or do you think he's like he is able to come to us, right?
I don't know. I mean, if you couldn't find him, maybe
What?
that's the thing. He couldn't make a call from quarantine either. At least not that I know of. He was very much out of contact with everybody, and I just kind of heard from nursing staff that he was in quarantine. I was like, okay, gotta figure that out.
Does Stefan has his own personal like I don't know the iPad on him.
Of course I do.
I mean OmniPad.
Oh yeah. I got all the latest tech. What am I, a commoner?
Can I try and use Stefan's OmniPad and see if I can track down Stefan?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure Stefan had a tracker installed in all of us.
Easily.
Right.
Let you guys have any privacy? The hell?
Make,
Imagine.
medium ignorance check.
That's pass.
Tap into what would be camera system for the quarantine. Looks mostly empty. Few gurneys with non-moving bodies on them. See a few of the staff walking up and down the hall. Nothing that looks like Connor.
Can I start like flipping through camera channels?
Absolutely.
I'll describe like he wasn't there. I'll just keep.
Hmm.
Get from one to the next, the next. One that doesn't look familiar. One showing a massive blaze, melted bulkhead, bodies scattered around the room, or what's left of them.
Oh. This is my ship.
Yes.
We're trying to find Connor at the moment. You could just tap into this reality, or you could just go back into time, even so I can prevent it. That would be fantastic. But unless you can do either of those, show me where Connor is at.
Green flicker. Passing to the next camera, showing a large, bloodied individual. Larger frame, male, very carefully creeping his way down a hall, peeks around a corner, stops there for just a moment, slips past and continues on.
I think so. Where he's at.
Yeah, I think you've you've explored enough of this ship to have a good idea not only where he's at, but where he's headed and how to put him off.
He's rather he got a I don't know if I hope if that's his blood or not his blood. Um shall we catch him?
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Come on, wheel boy.
A bit of expediting. Make your way across the ship towards the kind of like the maintenance access, basically, in between different floors, in between parts of the ship, where your liquid pipes would be, your mechanical, your electrical. I mean, collecting it into one singular space where if something were to go wrong, you could send a team, and at best case scenario they can fix it. Worst case scenario, at least problem is isolated in one small part of the ship. But the manual door to the maintenance shaft open easy enough. One of the old-fashioned swinging metal door. Poke your head in. Hear the sound of footsteps, but the moment your door opens, footsteps would stop.
I peek around.
Yeah. Stare in,
Ever.
left and right. Nothing.
Discord didn't pick up my whispers at all. Oh my god. Just the psst to do that. I don't know.
I got that one.
Connor. Okay.
Do I hear it?
Yeah.
I'll step out of my hiding spot. Oh, glad to see you.
Oh, I took a chance there. I didn't know who was going to be on the other side. Good to see you too.
Oh,
You
so,
you okay? I mean there's she'll like
Yeah.
You're covered in
gesture
blood.
I thought I got some of it off. I tried to.
But yeah,
I mean-
around like your face and neck region that wiped off easily enough, but you know.
Yeah. And I wiped it off with my shirt, so. But yeah. They were going to harvest my organs. So this happened.
Oh,
Here?
Yeah, specifically Dr. Moofs is here. On this side.
that makes sense, but I'm also very concerned now.
He was talking to me earlier. And just
Well-
like looks aside, like
Well, I told them, I didn't give any names, but they may start going process of elimination, but I told them that I could end all of this possibly. They didn't seem too interested. So it looks like that's on us. Did you find out anything?
Yeah, we were able to take some samples from ourselves, run the same tests they did on the other side, just here. And yeah, that microbe is also here. It's different, but functionally the same, which proves that this is probably what's responsible for all this. Well, tangentially. someone definitely tampered with it. I don't mean to point fingers, but there's a particular surgeon that I think we're all a little suspicious of that might be behind this.
And why is he over there by himself? I point to the sleeping stuff in there.
Well, this one, she'll pat his shoulder. Um, this one, while we were on this side, apparently made a deal. Kind of.
That's what he meant when he said one of you has already accepted.
He said he was gonna go try and stop it, so unknown as to what's actually happened, as he is, well, still out.
The two of them are conversing. Their voices would become just a little bit dulled. Voice would return to you. Found him. Now what will you do? He's got a plan. Do you listen to him? Is that the best? Really?
Can any of this actually even be changed?
I want to give you the chance.
Where do I go?
Feel that almost a disconnect. Your spatial awareness and your conscious mind offering you the chance to accept.
1 second. 1 second. And Olivia will reach out, just interrupting whatever conversation Connor and BC's having. And in a very strange act of being a person, will just grab their hands and just, thank you. Thank you. And she'll just
Well,
let herself disconnect.
You'd see Olivia just sway, eyes roll back, and then just lapse.
Oh, damn it. Looking nice. You know what that was, right?
If I can, I'll try and like drape myself, like fall forward. So I'm like draping myself on top of the wheelchair.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely make sure that you have a smooth landing wherever you go.
Going to my cat out of the way.
How dare.
With the darkness once again consuming you, hear the voice. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. No, Olivia, look at me. Come on, snap out of it. Look at me.
I'm opening my eyeballs.
You are staring at a mostly smoke-filled room. As everyone around you is still stuck in this state of shock. The booming of the explosion still just barely fading away, that echo ringing through the bulkhead. Off to your right, and see survivors, one of them being drug off, like someone's just got a hold of his belt and is just pulling him away off out of the flames. Though, remember that no one survived that. And the woman in front of you, same woman's ID badge that you have tightly grasped in your hand, is just looking down at you. Look at me. Are you alright? We need to get out of here. Same perfect long blonde hair, ash covered face. Looking at you with concern. She wants to help you.
I'm okay. I'm okay. Uh, there should be pods. Um, so 7th floor, 76th corridor. They should be active. They should be ready to go. Take who you can, where you can, and go. Tell the others, and just go. Okay?
Yeah. And she'll help you get to your feet. Give you just the faintest of very, very forced smiles, and starts not only just pushing you further down the hall, but also pushing away to return back to the room to look for more survivors.
Nope. Olivia is gonna grab, like, just straight on. Like, as they stand up, like, kind of grab her head and, like, kiss her forehead and, like, literally shove her out of the room. And then we'll essentially take her place. Start grabbing survivors, getting people up.
With roles switched, roles reversed. This woman whose spirit, whose image has been haunting you all since the moment you arrived, who has been begging to look at me, who has caused one of you to almost claw your eyes out, now just stands there in shock. Still intact, still face as perfect, flawless as she was every day she showed up for work. And that second explosion ripples out, causing that second wave of heat to hit everyone in the room as the blast door shuts, hitting you, sending you back against the wall. Feel that half of your face go. It feels painful for a moment, and then it's just cold. And see in just the very faintest of reflections there of that sheer metal bulkhead wall, half of your face that is human, that is perfect, and the half that is partially melted, monstrous. And you see her staring through the window of the bulkhead, just slamming her fists into that emergency glass again and again.
I will smile at her and I mouth the words, "Go now."
Stefan, as you step out, fully making your way through the maw of this creature, you have to shield your face as the smoke gets so thick that it's actually something you have to fight to get through, fight to breathe. But you eventually break through, stepping into a hallway, the feeling of metal grating under you once again. And you're staring at a scene already playing out. One that you must have missed the first time by a second. woman standing there at a closed emergency bulkhead door, just screaming, pounding her fists on it. You know, we're drugged through this hallway, drugged to one of these escape pods, and you were launched to safety. Didn't see any other survivors that day. Yet, see this woman now. What would you like to do?
I want to walk up to her, see who she is.
Face is immediately recognizable. Spectre that put the gun up to her head, pulled the trigger, and she just shook it off. But now, her face is flawless, except for a small layer of soot across her cheek.
What are you doing here?
A instant shift from hysteria, from eyes absolutely welling with tears, turning to look at you, and then suddenly having absolutely no expression at all. Can't control my music anymore. There it goes. Smoke would stop pouring out. Sound of the roaring flames would die down. The emergency door open. Olivia, you'd see Stefan standing there. On Olivia on the ground.
Can I rush over to Olivia, make sure she's okay?
Right side of her body is much burned, partially melted. Same state. Woman that attacked you. Though, switch places.
What have you done?
Am I conscious?
Yeah.
Um, I mean, Olivia is still telling that woman to run.
Yeah, she would absolutely just start taking tentative steps back, and eventually disappear from sight.
No, you don't get to leave. What did you do to Olivia?
She just smiles at it. You're such a dummy.
Are you okay? I can go find some treatments or something. I
Are there any other survivors?
not
Look,
that I.
look at them. Olivia's gonna start to like try and crawl to them to see if there's anyone left.
There was no
Stefan, this
survivors.
images played out in your head so many times. Both of you seeing same explosion, same fires, hearing the same scream. Two different perspectives.
I don't remember a lot. Just remember the chaos and it being dragged away. I didn't see anyone else after it went off. Just the
Didn't look.
bodies.
I didn't look. You didn't look. Safe to be in.
Maybe I deserve to be here too. This is all my fault.
No. It's so many people's faults. Partially
You
our
don't-
fault.
You don't understand. The reactor would have been stable if I just managed to cool it faster.
Would have been able to pull it faster if I would have paid for the pull it. I was skimming money off the top.
You know what? I'm not surprised at this point. Apparently, I come from a line of rich family members, so feel free to skim off the top, I guess. I look around. This is what you meant by acceptance. Am I done? Are we done? Can we leave? I've accepted that this is the pain I've caused. The reason I'm here.
It's like you have the ground beside her. You have accepted anything.
Accept responsibility for what happened.
But
This is not what I've been punished for. The accident, ignoring the safety protocols. Just trying to get the work done faster. The amount of people I've killed because of it, and the denial that I lived in.
don't forget to be an asshole too.
Okay, you know what? I don't think name calling is quite the moment for it. But I understand your meaning.
I don't think I deserve to go.
What are you saying? Stay here?
Maybe that's a coward's way out too, though, right?
I feel like no matter what direction we go, it's the coward's way out. We leave to go to the other reality, apparently. That's fake. This reality is fake. Dream world is fake. Anywhere we go from here seems like a coward's way. Maybe Macy has the answer in the spores. I thought I knew the answer. I was smart enough. I guess I'm not.
If spores could do this. Over in the world.
Yeah.
Is there anyone here still alive?
I look around, see if there's anyone.
By now, both know that we're in your escape pods. Left. Moments from running into each other. But missed. Each of you leaving this place, certainty you're the only one that got out. You know that by now your escape pods would be far enough away that the ensuing explosion would have left you untouched. That by now, no one here existed.
I don't think there's anyone else. Even if they were still alive, the amount of dangerous chemicals they'd be breathing in alone would cause their insides to completely destroy themselves. Their lungs would be corroded away. Radiation's a very deadly, it's definitely a bitch way to die. It's very painful. Did you know that the founder of uranium and discovered radioactivity, when she died, she was buried, they had to put her in lead. Her coffin's in lead because she had been so radiation poisoned that if she was allowed a natural burial, she would have poisoned a land for miles. These people are dead. This reality is dead. It's happened already. We escaped, sure. If other people did, even better. But at this point, whoever is on this ship is dead.
Olivia is going to yell out just as loud as she can, which I won't do because my sleeping husband just. I see you. I see all of you.
Smoke, fire would die down a bit, slowly at first, till fully fading and clearing. The wreckage melting away, bodies disappear to ash, and then nothing. Two of you sit there in the reactor room, though of the Oblivion. See on security cameras masses, dark figures of shadows. People probably put into your exact situation couldn't choose, that chose inaction, that got driven into madness and now get to live here permanently, roaming floor after floor, room after room of this ship. Thousands of them. Camera with laboratory, medical wing, where your friend, Dr. Moofs, has seemingly drug both of the bodies out. Macy, Connor, set them into the elevator, looks up at the camera, and hits the button.
Well, that's annoying.
You stay here. I'll deal with it.
Like,
You're far
fuck
too
you,
injured.
bro. Help me up. Not this side, the other side.
Yeah, this is why my point is that you should stay here. Half your body is practically burned. You need medical assistance, not to fight in a battle.
I will crawl.
Safe to say that, Olivia, you can add 9 pips to your death store tracker.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I mean. Don't.
That's an entire circle.
Yeah. Well, all but one? Isn't it 10 in a circle?
9.
No, 9? Oh, I did
It's
math
a-
wrong.
It's a grievous injury.
Yeah, so,
Help me up, or I will crawl.
fine. Sound like I've played this game already, so I know what happens in the 4th session. And I wrap your arm around it and my shoulder and help you get up.
Elevator,
Which way are
I
we
guess.
going?
She'll point in the direction that would be the closest to wherever it looked like fuckface was.
Alright.
Let's go fight Fuckface.
Yes, his legal first name.
Yeah, moves, Fuckface moves PhD,
Oh my
in,
God.
neurophysiology.
2 of you start your way towards the doctor. Having made your way into the mall, having faced down the woman. 2 of you, especially in your current states, embody this. Back in Otherworld, Macy and Connor,
Dun, dun.
the 2 of you have answer. You have the key. With your 2 companions currently unconscious, what would you like to do?
I think I know how to spin this that will make it work. But we gotta go to the medical bay.
As you wish. You know someone else there we can contact? Because, obviously I don't think our friend is going to help us on this one. And can we put them somewhere safe? Like, nobody comes down here, that's why I went this way. We just find somewhere to get them as comfortable and as safe as possible, and we go.
We could. Although, another route that I thought we might be able to take is if they are unconscious and potentially in critical condition, as some medical professional might believe, my test results might be more convincing.
You've convinced me. I'll take Olivia. And I'll shoulder
Thanks,
pack
Stefan.
and then...
Go wheel Stefan over there.
Much like your patriots on the other side, we're currently headed towards maybe death, maybe life. 2 of you start making your way through the corridor. Whispers start becoming more incessant, telling you not only are you not strong enough to let go, but without your anger, be here. There's sounds of end of a fight, of bodies hitting the floor, step into view of the corridor, and you see Connor standing there, hands bloody, bodies surrounding him, just absolutely furious.
So I'm seeing this too?
But I'm seeing me. Okay.
Wanted to meet, wanted to know who was stronger. Come on.
You're right, but I don't have the time for this. We'll fight.
Ed just turns to crack the neck, which cracks in a dozen sickly pops, and then the other direction. Don't belong here. You don't
You're
get to
right.
win. I kept us alive. I get to survive.
You're right. I'm not worried about me. You can take over, but I'm going to save them first.
A private message.
Yes.
I just need to know if you truly are honest that once this is over, once your companions are safe, he gets to win. He gets to live. And also, you can all draw a card.
God damn it. Stop
Virtue,
playing my
let's go.
emotions. Neutral.
Neutral.
Give me this. Give me those willpowers. I'm probably gonna need them.
Okay.
Oh, I
On.
just got some willpower.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He stepped to the side. Body's just melting into the shadows under his. Remember, you promised.
We'll meet again. I promise.
Be allowed to pass. Oh, sprinting your way, medical wing. See the not quite the same staffing of doctors and nurses that you had seen before, but each of them seemingly briefed on your condition. When you step in, one of the nurses, very concerned, look at your unconscious friends. What happened? Are they all right?
We don't know. They just passed out.
Get them into a bed quickly.
Will do. Though, I think I might have an idea what's behind it at the very least. Earlier today, I was running a couple of tests in the micro lab, and well, I found this, and she'll just like drop the paperwork on their hands. Like, here it is.
Yeah. It's something easily missed by people who didn't know what to look for. Something intentionally made to be hard to find. Blend in with normal human function. Until it starts attacking the human host. With this, seems to look it up and down, understanding some of what she's looking. Macy, amongst her muttering and reading, hear a voice, supervisor, individual that belittled you, that took credit for your work, that had every intention of taking what you made, cutting you out, pretending as if it never existed. You're going to know it was you. You're going to pin this onto you. We were the only two that knew this existed. Only two with our names attached to it. And you murdered me. Who do you think gets blamed? Might be muted.
Oh, maybe. No, I was just too quiet. Me.
You're just going to let them take. Worked so hard on. Your mind is the only one left that knows how this works, that could use it for the betterment of everyone. Going to take it.
Your version of the betterment of everyone or mine?
One and the
I
same.
know exactly. No, they are not. At least not anymore.
Matter. What I may have done can only fall onto you.
If that's what it takes to fix everything that happened in that lab, I'm willing to take that. Something you never, ever would have been able to do.
All right. Have it your way. Macy has just kind of been staring off into space a little bit. See that look of refocusing, realizing that maybe she's been spacing out.
So while she was talking to the nurse, I would have taken Olivia and Stefan, put them into the beds, and then. Good?
Good,
As
like I
good
was.
As good as can be.
Good, as I was saying, it'll probably take a little modification of any fungicides that we already have. We're gonna have to insert some type of beta lactamase, probably, to get past these sequences, at least from what we're seeing. But possible. It's possible that we can fix this.
Did you get this? This is incredible.
Well, I've been working at the micro lab for a while, and we've sequenced something similar to this before. It's a little bit more confidential, but I think in an emergency case like this, where lots of people are getting infected with this, can pull a few strings.
I'll send it off. They should see this immediately. Please, excuse me. Pack everything up, like holding it tightly to her chest, just starts marching off out of the room, down the hallway. In a tone that all four of you, a voice, sing-song tone, humming to itself. Stefan, Olivia, two of you limping your way through the corridors. Now, for the first time, coming face to face with the husks of what's left of the people that couldn't decide. They just watch you, staring at you, hungry, keeping out of your way. way to the elevator, where the doors would open, staring at the monstrosity that used to be a man. Body decaying, regenerating at such a rapid rate that there's little left of who he was. But he still stands between the two of you, Macy, Connor. Repeats the words, "Do not stand at my grave and I am not there. I do not sleep. Do not stand at my grave and cry. I am not there. I do not die." So, looks like the two of you come to an agreement. Decided that both of you deserve to be. Good. But you want something from me, don't you? He would, one in each hand, start pulling out the bodies of Connor and Macy. Both of you feeling that tug that's not quite real, almost like an itch. Like your muscles are pulling and extending past the point where it should hurt, but doesn't quite hurt yet. And he'd walk straight up to Stefan and Olivia, staring you in the face. Don't you think that they deserve to be too? Sorry, Tessa, you may have cut out there.
No.
One of them caused more harm, pain, brute force, and anger than anyone should be allowed to live with. And yet he does. He accepts it, lives with it, enjoys it. The other made me, brought you here, made all of this possible. Why do they get to live in paradise while you rot in hell?
They have to live with their actions, the same that we do.
Don't.
She was gonna make it better. I believe in her. She's
Connor,
gonna.
even sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, she's gonna atone in her way. Doesn't mean that she deserves to be here.
Connor is by far the bravest person I've ever met in my entire life. His anger and rampage are merely disguises for passion. His creativity.
Pretty sure he saved me like 3 times already.
If you think he deserves to be here, like we do, like we are, then you can go kindly shove your own head up your ass and fuck off.
Oh, addressing, of course, the players here for a moment. James, you have 6 tally marks, right?
I have 5.
5. And Olivia, you should have 4.
Yes.
Are you trying to make it 6?
In the moment of staring this creature down, feel those shreds of certainty, of life, of knowing where you belong, of accepting what you've done, knowing that you could fight for your place, have enough belief in you that either of you could choose where you end up. Of course, you see similar strands from Connor and Mace. Alone, none of you having enough concretely cement where you belong.
How many do they need?
How many would you like to give them?
How many do they need? How many do each of them have?
Macy has 4. Connor has 4.
And I'm sorry, what is the mechanical aspect of giving them?
We're giving them your
tallies
tally
again?
marks. It's consider it as fair as a ticket. You get to choose which of you lives paradise and which of you live.
I'm gonna DM you my choice.
Oh, could you?
So I'm also evil, okay?
Ah.
Okay. Tessa, you wanna send me what you got?
On it.
Okay. Okay. Last minute change, but that's alright. With the two of you staring down this abomination of a creature, one by one, let go of your own threads, feeling that connection to the other side, to safety, life, normality, slipping from your fingers. As pulling against his grip, Macy, Connor, the threads strengthening, being slowly dragged back towards the elevator. This tug of war. Now, Macy and Connor, the two of you have heard this conversation. Feel that tug of war, though you have no immediate way of responding or fighting back. Anything that you want to say to Stefan or Olivia?
You live. My choice has already been made for me.
Let's see if Discord's gonna pick up my sound again. I'm gonna make this up to both of you. I'm going to fix this. Don't worry.
With you, I never worry. I've made my choice.
Believe in you both.
Olivia, have you chosen as well? No talking you out of it.
I believe in you both.
I just have someone I have to deal with because I told him I was going.
Don't worry, we'll deal with that. You stay safe. Get us out of this mess one way or another later.
Keep the ship warm. I may be seeing you soon, but
Stay there, please.
I don't think I can anymore.
Okay.
Not
Stay
because
with Stacy then.
I'll see it through.
Okay. With total of 9 pulled to the elevator, pulled warmth, strange release, a sensation, a weight finally lifting off of you. Whatever sounds you may have been hearing, whatever you may have been feeling from that nightmare place washes away. You're left standing there, medical wing. Only other person there. Connor. Also have enough to be pulled back into the elevator. Choice.
Connor is torn. He made 2 promises and can only keep one. But I think he's going to let loyalty win out and do what the crew wanted. At least until something drags him back down there.
Elevator doors coming to a close as Connor is very briskly pulled back in. Both of you would see a figure come brushing past you and slam into it. Fists just ringing. They strike metal again and again. Physical embodiment of Connor's fury, just screaming in frustration. Two of you are standing there, alone. Hear the heart monitors from your companions. Beep. Beep. Once. Twice. Eventually, rising in tempo, rising in volume, until they're gone.
I'm just gonna Connor a very knowing look.
Should have been me.
Both of you,
Such a-
feel in your pockets something rigid. Small, folded up piece of paper. Stefan, would you like to tell us what Macy's paper said?
My,
Yeah. Let me pull it up.
I
I
forgot
didn't want to
about
be the
that.
one to read these.
Oh no, it's time to
I
cry.
gotta scroll through all of the messages. Okay, here we go. So Macy's?
Mhm.
Dear Macy, I need you to believe. Believe in a world where there are no monsters, no more hunts, no more fears. As a fellow scientific mind, I have gone to test the experiment and made a deal. I will be cut from this reality and hope to find you on the other side. If my hypothesis is wrong, I trust that you will not walk away. You will not walk in my footsteps and find a better method. Please make sure Connor doesn't hurt you as he did to me. From Stefan.
The note in Connor's pocket.
Dear Connor, I need you to believe. Believe in a world where there are no monsters, no more haunts, no more fears. I've done the impossible and tested the experiment. I will be cut and I hope to see you on the other side. If I die because of this, take care of the other two. In my quarters are papers for promotion. I want you to scratch my name off of it and write yours instead. I hope to see you on the other side. From Stefan. I do have Olivia's if we're just gonna bang this all out at once.
And of course, in your own hand there, Stefan, is the note that you had intended for Olivia.
I will actively keep this one, as she does not need to read it.
Two of you see ugliness, the monster that was hunting companions, the anger chasing Connor. Consuming drive that is fungus that was left by Macy. Both of them staring you down, now being semblance of your own monster, being the half melted figure of woman. Now parent, other side of the mall, acceptance and guilt that plagued you for too long. Fast forwarding just a bit, be put in charge of the project antidote. Cure those that still suffered from the insanity. Its minds seemed so broken that they had no choice but to lock them away like animals. But with therapy, multiple doses, careful observation, would start to see progress. Husks of people starting to get their life back. Of course, but also called in for questioning where this came from, how know all of this, and to have you answer for the part that you played in it. Honor, while that beast may be gone, the embodiment of anger might be gone, trapped. that doesn't stop him from visiting you every once in a while, middle of your dreams. Best to turn them into nightmare. Still, kept your promise. No matter what, that's what you'll do. I didn't cut the music there. That was legitimately the end of the track. Oh,
Oh,
oh boy. Let's
Is
put
that
on
the
something.
is that the end? Is this where we end it?
Perhaps.
While the taunt, well, it may not have been defeated, per se. Two of you faced it down, didn't so much kill it as you conquered it. As you stopped letting it control you and played a game of chicken and won. While the other two of you were left to what might be the world of the living, given a chance to be better. Undo any harm you may have done, and to live not only for you, but for those of you that didn't. And with that, that's going to be the end of our second game of Locus.
God, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh, Booper.
not gonna lie, when I was writing out stuff for the last session, I did force myself to tear up a bit by some of the things I was writing down. But even then, Stefan and Olivia owning that haunt, not even having to fight it, but owning it, and yeah. Oh, heart. But you've heard me talk long enough, so why don't I pass it over and let's camera one. Heck, you're camera one.
Oh, camera one. Oh, hi.
How you feeling? How's Macy feeling?
Oh, that was a lot. I'm just like, oh my god. I honestly like have so many questions, but we'll get to how
Oh
Macy's
yeah, we're gonna
feeling
have like
first.
a Q&A session. Hopefully we
Oh,
can
yeah.
get one of the developers in to sit alongside this, but yeah, absolutely gonna have a Q&A session.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, in terms of like how Macy's feeling and how like I was kind of projecting her into this, is that yeah, I don't think she personally like thinks that she deserves to be in paradise, but she does deserve to be tasked with responsibility for fixing things, and she knew that she couldn't fix it if she was on the other side.
Fair. She gets to be here, but it's necessarily get to enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, that's as emotional as that is. Why don't you tell us about you and if you're working on any projects?
Yeah. Oh, I gotta do the whole thing. All right.
yeah, after all that.
I don't know. My brain is just woo. God. Hey everybody, it's me, Sir Heckalot. You know, you can find me on all of the social medias at Sir Heckalot. That's usually the best place to figure out what I'm doing next. In terms of the TTRPG space, you can find me here tomorrow. We're gonna be playing some 5e. That's gonna be great. Hopefully we won't cry in that one. It'll be fine.
That's what you think.
Oh no. And next week, you can find me on TPK Roleplay. 3 days out of that week. On Tuesday with Oathsworn Odyssey of the Dragon Lords, which I will be there with Turk, who GMs that game. On Thursday, you can find me there with Queen's Gambit, our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. And then on Friday, you can catch me with Cold Hands, Warm Hearts, our Frostmating campaign. That's pretty much all I got going right now, at least in the short-term future.
That's
Yeah.
it. Just all that.
The finals are over, so I can like chill and play games. It's great. But yeah, let's keep on keeping on.
Over to Dave.
Hey,
How's Connor feeling after this and after everything that's happened?
I think Connor still is going to be struggling most nights when he's alone with it shouldn't have been them. I think that's going to be the biggest part of his thought process. He's going to regret the things he never got to say to Stefan. There was, not all of it was nice, but some of it was. And it was most of the nice stuff that never got a chance to come out, so. And he will keep the note with him wherever he goes, the same as the other memento that he has.
Yeah.
And if Macy gets in too much trouble, I've got a friend that can help you out.
We very briefly got to see, but I look forward to going over that in the Q&A.
Oh boy.
By the way, that promotion form, if you decide to take it, is for captain's position in your own starship. So, not a big one, because you gotta remember who I am, but a sizable one.
Yeah. But Dave, the man behind the big old muscle-bound guardian, what are you up to?
I'm Dave with Hangman's Gate RPG. We're a group of friends that have been just putting our games on the internet and hoping to grow it some. We are horror focused, so this is right up my alley. Friday, we have Cult Divinity Lost. Been running a campaign on that for over a year now, with a big break in the middle, but still. But on this one of the party members has been mysteriously switched out with a stranger to everyone else, and they'll have to work together to figure out why they switch places. So, should be fun.
Heck yeah.
And I've also got a game of this coming on, but scheduling is hard, but school's letting out, so that helps both people with school and with children to make schedules work. So Locus, Hangman's Gate Locus will be coming soon.
Very excited. All right. Let's bring it over to James,
Oh God.
being the first one of us here that's in the other reality, because we still don't know what's real, but which one of these is actually the reality that you know, and which is the one that your mind's created.
Mhm.
So with that in mind, how is Stefan?
Comforted with the idea that Olivia's there, but regrets that he didn't give more of his life essence to get Olivia at least out and keep himself trapped here. But I think he knows that he deserves to be here, and will, because not every character gets a happy ending, will wallow for as long as he'll be here for, in the knowledge that he's killed a lot of people and hurt plenty of others. And whoever is still on the ship or survivors, I have to be the monster now. I have to be the other half of the maw.
This is actually a question for both Stefan and Olivia. Because I want to ask this now before we get into the Q&A, but did either of you know that the ship that you were on and the explosion that happened, did you know that it was the same ship, same explosion?
No.
Nope. You think we coordinated on that? That takes like thought, time.
I laid a few clues as we were playing, but they were very, very minute, and I was just...
They were very subtle.
Very...
Sorry, go ahead, sorry.
No, I didn't have anything else. It was just very subtle.
With everything else going on, making up subtle clues was not at all. I mean, I can pick up on the big clues. I don't know if the...
Yeah. But, James, what you got going
on? Minecraft for the next 2 hours.
Sounds about right.
Instead of doing homework. Because God knows I'm not writing a marketing essay in this current state of mind. Besides that, I guess I could talk about myself for a little bit. This Friday, I've taken time off of my actual job to go on to Kitsune Warlocks, Dust and Knights, Pathfinder Infinite reviews, where I will be talking not only about one of my bestsellers, but a project that released Friday, and I might as well announce it here because it's going to go live in a few days on Friday when I go on. Champion Reborn 2 Forged in Fire. It is a bunch of new champion options for Pathfinder 2nd Edition with a brilliant co-writer, Mercer, I think that was the last name. I'm tired. I'm so sorry if you ever see this VOD. But yeah, I am super excited to go do that because it was really, really fun. I get to just be a nerd for a few hours, which I don't shut up about Tui. So this is going to be really great. I'm hoping to get a few games scheduled next month that I actually GM because I need to do it. Yeah, you can check me out on Sinclair's Library if you want to support us over there, because that goes live in 2 weeks. Well, closer to a week now, actually. We're very, very nervous. We're very, very excited. And I really, really want to talk about what I've written so far. But unfortunately, NDAs will bar me out of existence from saying what I really wish I could say. And besides that, just check out Pathfinder Infinite. I love what I do. I've partnered with such a great guy who does such amazing work, and look forward to seeing some great products coming out in the future. More beginner's guides, more homebrew, more third party, whatever my crazy brain allows. But you know what? I do need 2 hours of Minecraft and some ice cream.
Nice recovery.
But I don't have any ice cream. It'll be a nice monster.
And then last but not least, Essa.
Hi.
This one's also probably a two-part question, but did Olivia ever get her letter?
No. I destroyed it.
That means
She
that
does
we're
not
gonna
need
have
to see
to
what.
wait for the Q&A to figure out what it said.
Do I have to? Can't leave this as a Jim never says what Pam letter looks like. It's not okay. The reason, all right, we'll get into this Q&A, but there's a reason why I don't want to actively give it, just because it would go back on a lot of character stuff.
Yeah, okay. will hash it out. But
Yeah.
Olivia being the physical, the literal embodiment of the monster that was hunting her, that spirit of revenge and accountability that she literally took the place of. Some pretty powerful stuff. How's she
Yeah.
feeling?
She's here. Olivia herself, I feel like well, she took the place of the officer that wanted her to see her. I feel like Olivia would still, I don't want to say not accept this place, but like kind of fuck you, right? Like, I accepted this thing. Like, you're still trying to go after my people. Like, fuck off. So wherever Olivia could, and whatever, moments of other people that she saw that were, stuck or, I feel like she would try and, I don't know, be that spooky guide if she could. Those nights where his rage was pounding too hard on the door, she would, try and steer Connor's rage away so he could get a night's sleep. Just like anything to help and to keep them like going forward. Like still, like she's accepted what she done and what she, all the wish I would've, wish I could've. But instead of wallowing in it, she's gonna turn it into I still can't.
Yeah. Oh, and now that
Now
you've
I
decided
want my
to
mommy.
tug on our heartstrings again, what are you up to, Tessa?
I'm just gonna sit here and hug my plushie and it's fine. Well, I just finished scheduling our monthly schedule, so that's nice. I obviously here on Saturdays for Pathfinder and Sundays for Lancer. No more Wednesdays.
No more Wednesday.
And obviously you find me in the Discord channel. Oh, really? At this point, I need to buckle down and start updating my Etsy more, which will happen once my hand works more. So, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm out of ice cream, and my mom's across the U.S., so I'll hug a puppy and go to bed.
So, I just a very brief glimpse into my thought process for this. That the last game we did was all about horror and all about fighting back and using physical force to triumph and escape. Whereas this was meant to be more about acceptance and finding not the way that's the easiest to go, but the way that you find should be going. Which is why I don't think that anyone got necessarily too close to dying. We had some around the mid-tier section, but yeah, you all played absolutely amazingly, fantastic characters. This was so much fun. Locus is so great. If you love horror games and you have a great group to play with that not only do you trust but you know that they trust you, absolutely give this a shot. You can find this on the itch.io page of Cobblepath Games. They have a couple other things there, which are all adorable. They're not...
Sack of goblins.
Yes, I absolutely want to play Sack of Goblins someday, is just because it looks freaking adorable. But yeah, I of course am Andrew, your games master for the evening. I don't know what it is in my brain that lets me come up with stories and do things like this to people, you know, that I like, that I consider friends, and yet still torture them. But yeah, everyone seems to keep coming back, so there must be something to it.
Oh, we read Locus 3. I'm still coming back for it.
Like
I
you
think
said,
emotional trauma ends after 2.
Emotional damage.
like we said at the top of the session, the schedule for next month is out. It's up on our Twitter. It is also up on our Discord, which if you like what we do and you want to join us in the future, you can join our Discord, and it's where we post not only schedules, but it's also where we post the casting calls for all future games, and it's where we just generally hang out and be giant nerds. We also have a Minecraft server now for all of that de-stressing and, you know...
Yeah, which I'm currently logging into.
But yeah, so this game does cover a lot of more serious topics, a lot of traumas, both physical and emotional trauma, and we definitely discuss these between us in a very serious manner, knowing that we're all comfortable and we feel safe with this, but I still want everyone to know that it is okay to feel these things, to find help for these things if you need it, and you should just take care of yourselves, because you're all amazing people and we heckin' love you. I'm also going to go get some ice cream. So let's see who's online. Ooh. Recall Knowledge, playing Outlaws of Alkenstar. Heck yeah.
Yeah. Go bug Tommy.
Let's throw a raid over to them. Thank you so much for watching. We literally can't do this without you. I am just beyond thankful and grateful that I get to entertain anyone with my silly stories, and that people keep coming back, and, you know, get to do this multiple times a week. I am extremely fortunate, and I absolutely let all of the wonderful players around me know how much I appreciate them. And
Love you.
alright. With that, I will wish you all goodbye, good night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.